Alright, so today is September 9th, and 2 days ago, I basically uprooted myself from Virginia and moved to Maryland to be with my father and his family. And it's not something that I wanted to do. I tried to stay in Virginia as long as I could because of my son's father, and I wanted him to be able to see him as much as he could and have easy access to him and everything. But things kind of got a little too much and too overwhelming in the relationship that I was in, and it became really toxic, and it wasn't safe for me and my son. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like I wasn't safe anymore, and I couldn't jeopardize the safety of my son at the end of the day. And a lot of it, like, it really had nothing to do with the baby at all. It was just him wanting a relationship with me, and I don't want a relationship or didn't want one with him anymore because of the person he's become. And I guess, like, I kind of want to go into more detail on my podcast about it. I'm not sure if I will share that with you guys and stuff so you can better understand. But I do want you guys to know, like, if there is any situation, I feel like no matter how high or how low the abuse or just like red flags in general, no matter how little they seem, or oh, it's just this, it's okay, it's not okay, because then they feel like it's okay to let the other stuff out, and it progresses more and more to where I basically, when I started taking my channel more seriously and focusing on myself, is when things kind of turned left. It was like he became jealous that I had my own thing going on, and jealous because I was talking to my friends and family, and jealous just because, like, I'm co-parenting and there's family events that they wanted to bring me into, and he just wasn't okay with it. And coming from a person that has 2 kids, like, I only have a son, but he had 2 kids, and I never once stopped him from being a part of their lives. I never once told him he couldn't talk to them. I never once told him that he couldn't see them, they couldn't come here. I never once told him that or made him feel that way for him not to go and be in their lives. I even offered, why don't you have her move back in here so you can see your kids every day? And he didn't want it. But the second that I leave, he's taking a trip up there to go and see his kids. So it's just like, a person will do what they want when they want to, and it's not my fault. It's just they're gonna do what they want at the end of the day, and they're gonna manipulate you into feeling like it's your fault and make everybody else around you feel like, oh yeah, she's the reason why this and she's the reason that. Like, it was just too toxic, too much, I'm working on my mental health, and I'm working on being a better person for my son. I'm working on just uplifting other people around me, my friends, family members, or just like anybody around me that I see them doing something, I'm trying to uplift them. You get the same energy that you put out there. And it's like every time I came off the phone from talking to families or friends or stuff like that, it's like that little bit of happiness that I had, he'd suck it right up out of me, and I'd be just in a funk. Like, he'd be depressed all the time, and it would mess up with my energy. And I feel like because I am an empath and I can like read people very well or do like I can feel stuff, I can feel when a vibe is off. I just felt like as soon as I stepped into the house, every ounce of happiness just got sucked out. And I didn't want to live like that anymore. Constantly clenching my jaws because I'm frustrated, or having anxiety because I'm upset or whatever. Like, that's not a life that somebody should live. I've already like lived through being stressed out and walking on eggshells and having a second think inside of my head, oh, is this person gonna feel this way? Are they gonna be mad if I do this? Is this gonna feel whatever? I don't want to do that anymore. There's a reason why I cut out certain people in my life, because I don't want to live like that. So I cared for him. I really wanted the best for him, but it's just like, if you're not willing to open up your mind and listen to the advice that I'm giving you, and you're not going to change, or you're making everything about me to where it's like, oh, I'm doing this, that, and the third, but I'm mainly doing it for her. I didn't ask you to do it for me. I asked you to take time for yourself and figure out what you like, what makes you happy, so you can work on yourself, because that's what I'm doing. I'm working on myself, and my priority is my son and getting out of the hole that I'm in with debt and everything, trying to get on my feet so I don't have to rely on you for shelter. Like, I don't see where I was wrong in that situation. And I'm not trying to say like trying to find a way where I was wrong. I'm just saying, like, flat out, to a normal person that has a clear conscience, there's no fault in what I was trying to do. To the point where he started like, oh, I started putting two and two together, and you're messing around with somebody, you're not even working out, you're going to the park to go see some dude. Like, really? Really? Like, I'm on FaceTime with my friends talking while I'm walking to the park, but I'm going to see some dude. Like, you just come up with the most. It was toxic. And I seen signs earlier where it's like, oh, he's controlling. And I feel like that was mainly with like me talking to my family and stuff. And, oh, your so-called brother. And I'm like, okay, don't do that, because I have a tight relationship with my siblings. Don't do that, because you push away people, and then when you have nobody in your circle, you're left wondering and questioning, who do I have left? I make sure that the people that I know that I can genuinely trust, I keep close to me. I make sure I keep contact with those people. Why? Because at the end of the day, those are the people that are going to be there to support me and help me kind of get through the things that are hard. And it might not be financially. Like, I'm not asking people for financial help. Just like, pick up your phone when I need to talk to somebody because today I'm crying, or I had a frustrating day and this was really overwhelming. How did you get through this by yourself? Or whatever. Like, just certain stuff like that. That's why you always need somebody in your circle, somebody that's gonna have your back. Don't ever burn bridges with people that you know are, at the end of the day, are gonna be there for you, whether it's emotionally or mentally, physically, or whatever. And I'm just too nice of a person. Like, I feel like that's why the friends that I do have, the friendships and relationships that I do have in my corner, like, can you go sit down, please? No, go sit down. Go watch TV. But the relationships that I do have with my friends and everything, like, they're long-lasting relationships. And that's because if we're two genuine people and we already kind of know what you do and don't want in your circle, the relationship's gonna work. You're gonna be I'm not gonna say bestest of friends. I don't want to say bestest of friends because like I want to say I have one best friend, and I don't want her to feel like anybody's taking her spot. But yeah, I do have one best friend, but I also do have close friends that I know will have my back and support me in any decision that I make. And at the end of the day, we all just want the best for each other. You know, like whether if I wasn't going through something and the other person is, I'm there for them and vice versa. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what I'm going through right now. I'm going through a change in my life, and this chapter is going to be starting over again. And it's never a bad thing to start over. Somebody once told me that it doesn't matter how many times you have to start over. You learn from your mistakes. You learn not to do those things. And eventually, one day, one time, whatever, however long it takes, eventually, you'll get to where you want to be. So I'm not looking at this as a bad thing. I just know that this is a turning point in my life that I feel like it was really eye-opening for me. And I thought last year's situation was eye-opening for me. This kind of put me through more of a loop, and it was more eye-opening. So now I'm at the point where I just feel like I don't want to be in a relationship at all, because I just feel like it's too much. It's too much that you have to put into it if the other person isn't at the same level that you're on. And I know that relationships aren't supposed to be easy. You're gonna have fights, you're gonna have disagreements, whatever and stuff, but it's just, to me, communication, compromising, and I feel like there's one more thing, but to me, communication and compromising are like the two main things that kind of make it work. As long as you communicate how you feel or what makes you upset, what you like, whatever, the other person knows not to do those things, or they know what to do to make you happy or whatever. If you can't come to an agreement, that's why compromising is there. So you're not sitting here arguing. You don't go to sleep mad. It doesn't have to sit here and blow over to the next month or so, and now every argument we have goes back to that one situation that we did like 5 months ago. I thought we were past that, but no, we're not, because we didn't communicate it, and now you're still dwelling on it because you thought. But I just don't feel like right now, I know mentally I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm just worried about me and my son and getting on my feet and doing what's best for me and him. When the time does come and somebody can match my energy and bring to the table, and by that time I feel like I can see myself having my YouTube channel up and running more. Yeah, and I'm making income from here. I'm making income from my podcast, and I don't have to have a job just to keep food on the table or to keep my car with gas in it or whatever. I mean, not that it works right now, but my main thing is to take care of these situations before I get into my next relationship. I want to be able to not depend on the other person, because this is where it gets you. I have to start over again because I didn't have anything to start with. And I feel like that was the worst part that he kind of threw in my face, was like, I got you off the streets and now you can go back to the streets where you came from and stuff, like, just because he was mad. you're that mad that you have to take that low of a blow to me. But if you want me to go into more detail and stuff, just comment down below and let me know. I'll probably be posting this next Friday, because I already have a video coming this Friday, which will be tomorrow. There's already a video coming tomorrow, so next Friday this video will be coming out. And if you guys do want me to go into more detail up here, just let me know in the comments or whatever. I will be discussing it more in detail on my podcast, because there is more of an audience when I go live and stuff. Well, I guess I'll go live on my channel. I mean, I'll go live on my page, and I will be doing it on my podcast and stuff. But I just feel like there's more of an audience up there of people that will listen, and I'll have more interaction and get more feedback of, like, I know I'm not wrong, but I want to see how many people have been in a similar situation and how they handled it and everything. So I just know I want to go into more detail up there. But like, comment, subscribe please, because the main reason I'm doing this again is for my son. I'm trying to make a better life for us, and I can't do that up here without the subscribers that I need. But